I'm really hoping DDG can, get back from this. But let's see, man. Let's see what happened, bro. Let's see what happened. Oh, clicking the wrong thing. Hold on, you clicking too much, boy. Let's, man. I hope these, man. I ain't even gonna say.
Halle
Let's
Bailey
wait.
has filed and was actually granted a restraining order against DDG, who is her child's father. She alleges that he has been physically, verbally, and emotionally and financially abusive. So for a background really quickly, they were together for it was like 2 years. They began dating in
Okay, first the financially abusive part. Are we for real? Financial? Like, how is he abusive? I want to hear more. The first thing, I'm not gonna speak on the other till we listen to that. But the financial, come on, how financially? They both millionaires in their own rights. She wasn't she? Isn't she one of the biggest Disney stars out right now? And DDG, he only made 11K off sales off his last album.
2022. They broke up
but
back in October, and she said the reason why they broke up was his temper. She alleges that he had a really bad temper and he couldn't control it. She filed these documents Tuesday in LA, and she says that things begin to get physical. She alleges things got physical with him in January. So she said that's when the breakup happened. She says that one time DDG came over to pick up their son Halo. She tried to start a conversation with him about child visitation schedule, because in the document she's saying that she's been trying to get a set schedule. They both are entertainers. They're both busy, but he wants to allegedly pop up, demand Halo whenever it's convenient for him. And sometimes it doesn't work for her, and then it creates issues. So she said that they were having a conversation about the schedule, and then things kind of went left. She said that as this conversation was happening, she was assisting in buckling Halo into his car seat. And then that's when she claims that DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, B word." She says that she then, got up. She began to get upset because the baby started to cry, and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him because the baby was in such an aggravated state. She didn't want him to leave with the baby. And then that's when they started wrestling, allegedly. And she says that during the wrestling, she alleges DDG pulled her hair, slammed her face on the steering wheel, and chipped her tooth. Now here's a photo of the chipped tooth that we have here. And she also says that
chipped where?
she was in pain.
Show that picture one more time. Hold on.
Her face on the steering wheel and chipped her tooth. Now here's a photo of the chipped tooth that we have here.
Is my teeth chipped? Are we talking about this? That happened from a steering wheel? Okay, I'm not gonna question it. Sorry. Are we talking about this little spot right here? That happened from a steering wheel? I'm not gonna question it, but all right.
And she also says that she was in pain, she was crying, and although although they stopped fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house. But when she got there, she revealed to his family right away what had happened. And once they told her that they would take care of the baby, she left. She said she was hysterical. She had bruises all over her body and on her arms. Specifically on her arms were the ones that she took pictures of, and she included in the filing where she requested this restraining order, which she was then granted.
What are we looking at with these pictures? Jeez, you can't bring up pictures and some editors put it up, bro. Like, what are we looking at right now?
And she also
she wasn't granted.
She was granted.
Okay.
So she included the photos of her arm, the photos of her chipped tooth, and she just talks about some of the things that she's been dealing with. She says that he'll allege things that like she's not letting him see the kid, but then she added text messages in where she was talking to his mom and she was trying to figure out how he could see the baby before they went away on the trip.
Read off your notes before you talk to me. Next. Read off your notes before you talk to me. She. I don't like when they do that. I don't like when they just be talking, read off your notes. I want to see you read off the notes the entire time. Who did a good video on this?
So towards her, she's seeking orders to protect herself and her son.
All right. Throughout our relationship, is this all the intro? Okay, Taylor girls.
And from his ongoing abuse.
All right, throughout our relationship and continuing to date, Daryl has been and continues to be physically, verbally, and financially abusive towards me. Can we say that as a TOS? Oh, I hope not. She said in court documents reviewed by the Times, I am seeking orders to protect myself and our son Halo from his ongoing. The TRO was granted by the restraining order was granted by Bailey indicated in court documents that she was concerned for her son and safety. Halo St. Granberry and asked that DDG be ordered to stay away from both of them. No advance notice was given to DDG because Bailey was afraid he would retaliate with violence or by taking Halo out of the area, the document said. Okay.
She claims no advance notice was given to DDG because Holly was afraid he would retaliate with violence. She also says that she's concerned for her and her son's safety, and helping her to millions of fans on Twitch and YouTube from both whenever he wants.
Okay, he is temporarily prohibited from approaching Bailey and his son or contacting them through any means, including electronic. In her declaration, Bailey accused DDG of bad-mouthing her to his millions of fans on Twitch and YouTube whenever he quote-unquote wants to cause upset. He claims I am withholding our son and that I am with other men. Was you or was you not with Brent? I want to do my own research. Wasn't she with Brent? Where do I find it? Where do I find it? Where do I find it? Is it on TikTok? Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me show it to y'all. Hold on.
Wait, so Hallie was messing with Brent Fayez? Since when? I'm lost. Two things are going to come out eventually.
Hold on. On the DDG song is crazy. Okay, where? How do we know this? Say you're seeing someone else. I leave you alone. What are we looking at? Bro. Bro.
I'm spinning the max. All these niggas that be in your DM tryna tell you they proud, but the motherfuckers don't even know you, so I wanna know how. I'm spinning the max. All these niggas that be in.
Is she with? Is she with?
I remember when Ruben screenshot of DDG DM her this and that. Don't just. Why would he do it?
Hold on, can I go on Instagram? Hold on. Hold on. Let me go. Hold on. Is it gonna make me log in? Nope. Alright. Bruh. So make me log in. I don't see. Alright. Alright. But, you know what I'm saying?
To cause upset. He claims I'm withholding our son and that I'm with other men. As a result, I then receive threats and hate on social media. He seems to try to set up drama for his fans and goes live ranting about me and allege that I'm keeping Halo from him. This is false. I have requested a set schedule, which he refuses. Then Halle talked about an incident that happened on January 18th at her house when DDG was picking up Halo. She was asking him when was he going to bring Halo back, and he wouldn't answer. Then she goes on to say the discussion continued as I walked with him outside to assist to put Halo in the car seat. I was buckling the baby into the car seat and physically got into the back seat to adjust the car seat. I had left my front door open and was not even fully dressed as I was not even wearing shoes. Daryl kept repeating, "Get out my car, B." Halo started crying. Halle was nervous leaving the baby with her agitated ex and repeated and pleaded with him to stop calling her a B. Then the argument escalated. The next thing she knew, things got physical between them. They fought each other, wrestling and tussling. At one point, Daryl was pulling her hair and then he slammed her face on the steering wheel, causing her tooth to chip. She then stopped back because she was in a lot of pain. Halle said that she wanted to get out the car with Halo but was now stuck. Daryl then said that since I would not leave the baby in the car, he would take me with them. He drove quickly towards his house. When we arrived at his house, I was crying and told his family what happened. I begged his family who were there to help me figure out a schedule with him. They said just leave Halo and go. I left. I had bruises all over my arm and a chipped tooth. Then there was another incident when Halle wasn't home. DDG came over and he took a picture of her bedroom and he said, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." And then there was another incident on March 7th at Halle's house when DDG popped up while Halle and Halo was sick with RSV. She didn't want him to leave, but DDG wanted to see his son because he hasn't seen his son in a while. They ended up
I remember that on stream. I remember that incident.
getting into an argument. DDG got angry and started yelling and calling her names. She said he then saw the Ring camera was recording. He unplugged the Ring camera, opened the side door, and threw the Ring camera out the home. I went outside to retrieve the Ring camera. He then locked me out of the house. I went around the back and came into the house through another entry. I plugged the camera back in and called my family member for help. With her on the phone line, I repeated and asked Daryl to please leave. I told him that he was being rude and I was too sick to deal with him. He would not leave. When he realized that my family member was on the phone line, he became enraged. Around the same time, I noticed that he saw that the Ring camera was back on, so he smashed the camera. I have this recorded and will bring the recording to the hearing. She said that DDG then grabbed her phone and hung up on her relative while she managed to get Halo from him. Daryl then ran out the house with her phone. I followed begging to please give me my phone back. He got into his car and closed the door on me while I was holding Halo. Daryl then drove off and threw my phone out the window and yelled, "Go get it, B." As a result of this incident, I filed a police report. Then on Mother's Day, DDG sent her a link to DJ Academic's post where he was saying that she was with Brent Fires on vacation. You think you hurting my feelings when you really ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day, but just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. I'm on the same ish. Halle did respond back to DDG. She said, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you're okay and feel better soon." Both parties have been ordered to participate in the May 30th mediation teleconference to determine custody or visitation. If the two fail to come up with a plan before then using online court tools, a court hearing is scheduled for June 4th. DDG did go live on Twitch yesterday, and a lot of people said that they heard him crying at the end.
I thought about not streaming, but I'm like, nah, I can't do what the fuck I always tell everybody else. I always tell people to work through whatever they going through, and then I was gonna sit here and not, but I don't really know where to go with this live, to be honest. You know, it's just it's just a bunch of nosy people in here that don't give a fuck about me. They just see what they can, just being nosy. So I just don't want to give nobody no satisfaction or nothing. It's just crazy how life works, bro. It's just crazy.
Man, it feel like it really affected
Got
me
one
though.
of these for y'all though. All right, y'all. I'm finna get off.
I'm gonna be honest, and this gonna hurt my heart to say this. It's literally.
Wow. He was trying to hold it in, but cut the cameras off before you do that, bro. Please, bro. I don't think it's a good image. Let me stop talking.
Making me like hella emotional, bro. That's why my brother streams, bro. That's why my brother streams, because he can't see Halo how he want to, bro. That's why y'all see my brother on stream until he goes to sleep. And this shit kind of like low-key fucking the nigga up, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Wait. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, child. I don't wanna be like fucking emotional on camera type shit. I had to put these glasses on, chat. But nigga, the reason why my brother is streaming so much, bro, and y'all see this nigga on that bitch for hours, bro.
I won't lie, DDG ain't a bad father though. It's between him and his baby mom. But he's not a bad father though. Personally, I don't think he is, bro. I just think he's in a bad situation. He's in a bad situation, but like, you got people like, what's old dude name, bro? You got people like that completely abandon the kid. Don't pay no mind. At least he tries, bro. At least he tries, bro. Yeah, I can't think of bro name right now, bro. But there's a lot of people that sit there and completely lead the child. Don't even care about the child. You know what I'm saying? At least he fighting. At least he fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Props to that. The other stuff, I don't know. Until that video that she brought up about the Ring camera, until that is brought forth, I don't want to hear nothing. I can't. I need concrete evidence, because nowadays, bro, they'll throw anybody in jail just because he or she says something, bro.
That nigga called me and be like, bro, that shit hurt, bro.
Like, notice how we're only seeing one side of the story, bro. She got the restraining order without them only hearing one side of the story. That's the messed up part. That just be what I just don't like. Why do we only listen to one side of the story before we immediately make a decision? I'm only hearing one side of the story this entire time, bro. It's just what she said. One side of the story. And that's enough. And apparently that's enough. That's enough to get to...
J-Sicko did speak out about DDG and Halle.
Don't run with something until it's proven. You know, and like I said,
and I'm not against anything. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't like coming to a conclusion when we only hear one side of the story. And it's always only what he or she said. That's all she or he said, bro. It's always one side, bro. It's always one side. And then people be running to throw somebody in the dirt as soon as they like one party can do no wrong, bro. The first person that speaks up is the party that can do no wrong. Every time, bro. Every time, without hearing nobody else. And I just don't. That's my issue. That's my issue. It's not about nothing else. It's just that simple fact. I don't like.
I know my bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations similar to that. I've been accused of similar situations. Well, that similar situation. And I seen the whole internet switch on, you know, because pictures can be very misleading. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking anything on nobody, but I'm just speaking the truth as far as pictures can be very misleading, you know? You could motherfucking take off on a do something so crazy to a nigga kind of restrain you and then you take a picture, you just think the whole situation went a certain way, you know what I'm saying? So
Facts, bro.
I feel like niggas gotta give my bro that like, just, you gotta be fair with bro, you feel me? Like, I feel like niggas trying to turn on my nigga, you know, my bro been going crazy, you feel me? And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the devil just be working.
So Illuminati.
Why all of a sudden the straight order now? Why now? Why now? If it happened back in March, why not do it in March? Hold on, am I tripping about it? Well, March 7th. If he did that, why does it take so much to get one if he did it then? Why? Why does it take so much to... And if that's the case, then there's an issue with the law. There's an exponentially big issue with the law if that's the case. Hold on, bro. Because this happened back in January 18th. Why wasn't it not done then? Is there something I'm missing? Because if you go to the beginning, when did she start following these acquisitions?
Halle Bailey did file for full custody of Halo. In her declaration to the court, she claimed that throughout their relationship, so she claimed with stay away from you till I then risk about me and alleged.
Why? If it happened, do it the next day. Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting to supposedly occurrence after occurrence after occurrence before you do something? Do it the same day, bro. Like what? If you waited 24 hours to do something, if you waited 24 hours before you did something, then I'm questioning. No, look, respectfully, if you waited over a month before you bring up anything like that, I'm questioning you now. Now I'm questioning, is that all that happened? Now I have to see both sides before I can ever make a conclusion. Because, look, bro, this happened back, and I'll admit, I'm unaware of the law, and I probably shouldn't be talking about this at all. But for me, if this happened January 18th, and you're saying he hit you, and he did this, and he did that, and he did this, and you have pictures of this and that, why didn't you do it the next day? Does it have to be multiple police reports or stuff like that before a restraining order can be done? Or does it only take one? Does it only take one? Because look, we're seeing, and this is stretched out for months. This is stretched out. This was in January 18th. The next one was what, March 3rd? March 7th. So why did it take March 7th? So why does it take that much before something is done? And you can't tell me nothing happened in between this, you feel me? So I don't know, man. I don't know.
You feel me? And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the devil just be working.
So Illuminati also spoke out about DDG and Halle.
Notice that they got DDG when he was at his highest. My dropped that album, did all type of collab. Y'all waited for him to drop an album?
True. That's another thing. That's another thing, bro. That's another thing. He wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't doing nothing up until last month. What was it? Early this month when he did the hit-a-thon, or last month? Yeah, I ain't saying, I ain't hear nothing to this. I ain't hear nothing to this. Look, I ain't hear none of this. I ain't hear none of this. In fact, the only time we ever heard something about him was back early March early March, late January, when he said, "Oh, she won't let me see my baby. She won't let me on stream." But nothing came of that. But you won't get the restraining order until you see him drop the album and the first week sales hit. Until you see the first week sales hit is when you wanted to do a restraining order. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
For my be at the top of his career right now, all type of collabs, everything going, and then y'all hit him with he's beating up Haley now, my nigga. That's tough. I don't believe it. I don't, bro. I ain't gonna lie. As much as I've been through with DDG, I know what they doing to him, and he gonna still thrive. He too consistent. This not a regular nigga who got his image is all that matters. No, y'all niggas better not switch up on DDG. Y'all DDG fans in here, don't switch up on DDG. Wait till you hear his side of the story. You can't trust nobody from Disney.
Ty Taylor was asked, now that everyone knows about her younger sister, will she be including her in videos moving forward?
Would we include our other sister in content? I mean, yes and no. The reason I say no is because I'm not a fake person. Like, she ain't been in our content this whole time. So it's like, just because y'all know about her, that don't mean I'm finna come and put her in a video for views and money, because I'm never pressed about that. Like, I'm not, like,
What's this about?
I don't make my money from creating content. I make my money from my skincare line. So I don't need anybody to feel like we're using them, like people say. Like, I don't need nobody to feel like that. I would want to put her in there because y'all are asking her to be in there, but it would just have to be like a mutual thing. It's not finna be a, yo, what you on today? Trying to do a vid? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, no. I don't even ask Daisha to be in my shit. I barely do shit with her. So it's like, why am I finna ask somebody that I don't talk to for real, that we don't have like I want to say a real relationship with, to come be in a video?
Recently, the third ex-member of the Taylor Girls, Tiny, came forward and said that she was ready to tell her side to the story on why she really left the group.
I communicate that to my best friend. I would never just say that and not press charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't tell me any of that. Like, I didn't hear any of that until she got kicked out of the group. So that's why it's just hard to believe. But I didn't really speak too much about that either. It's just weird. But.
All right. So starting with part one, I think I just want to take the time out to dive into a lot of the videos that y'all seeing. Y'all are seeing pranks come back up. Y'all are seeing interviews come back up. You guys are seeing one thing I really want to dive more into is that live that I made. It was because I felt like, you know what I like to.
This got to do with, I don't care about this. But look though, I don't really think. I gotta see more info, man. I gotta see more info, bro. I don't really think that. I just gotta see more info, man. I'm not too, I don't want to speak on it no more, bro. I just want to see more info. We gotta wait till whatever comes out. So May 30th is when those other videos drop. So I'm waiting for that to come out before I say anything else, bro. And that's that on that, bro. But yeah, it's a weird, and I hope he get through this, bro. I really hope he get through this, bro. We don't need bro to be down because of this, bro. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that.